What's going on, Lakers fans, and welcome into episode 33 of the LakeShow Flow. I am your host, Gio. In today's episode, we got two games to cover. I will cover the Timberwolves game from last night. The Lakers had back-to-back games and back-to-back wins. But before we get into the content, I just want to say, if you're new here or you've been here, be sure to show some support. Leave a like on the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you are one of the ones that are new. And any and all support is definitely appreciated. So the Lakers, as I said, back-to-back wins on back-to-back nights. They come up with the victory against the Timberwolves last night, which was 111-102 on Thursday. And then they turn around today, and Luka Doncic adds another victory to his resume against the Clippers on his birthday, nonetheless. So we get a birthday dub for Luka. Happy birthday to Luka, by the way. He turned 26 years old, making me feel old over here. But they beat the Clippers 106-102. But it didn't come out with any, they didn't come out unscathed. You lost Rui yesterday. He apparently is going to be reevaluated within a week. He does have something called jumper's knee. There's more of like a scientific term for it. I don't even want to try to pronounce what that injury is, but he's going to be out for at least a week, because reevaluated in a week doesn't always mean that they're coming back. So there's some concern there. And then we also lost Austin Reeves in this game, which could be even more, as far as production. I feel like Austin Reeves has been the third best player on this team, undoubtedly, So some concerns there. They say they took him out for precautionary reasons. It was a calf strain. That's what it was announced as. So if it's an actual calf strain, it could be a multi-week absence depending on the severity. But I'm hoping, and I'm sure a lot of Lakers fans, we're holding our breath right now, hoping that somehow it was just precautionary and he comes out and plays on Sunday against the Clippers, because they did play them tonight. Then they turn around and play the Clippers on Sunday as well. So that's going to be an interesting turnaround. But the Lakers, man, they're hitting on all cylinders right now. They're 9-2 in their last 11 games. That's their record since acquiring Luka, I believe. And it's just great to see that Luka and LeBron end up playing in back-to-backs. I was hoping that at least one of them would. I remember saying that in these back-to-backs, I think Luka needed to do it because LeBron did it last time. So if you got 40-year-old LeBron playing back-to-backs, then Luka, you got to get your younger ass out on the court. But he did end up playing, so that was good. And with the absence of Rui and then Reeves for pretty much the whole game, the role players are what really shined to me. Like Luka ends up with 31, LeBron 28, timeless as it comes in tonight's win. Yesterday LeBron James might even had he had a better game last night. He had 33 points, 17 rebounds, and 6 assists, while Luka had struggled from the field, had 21 points, still 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. Like, if those are the games we get from Luka that are like his duds, quote unquote, then I can't wait to see what his good games are, which tonight you could consider him having a good game with his 31 points. He only had 5 assists tonight and only 2 rebounds, which was pretty interesting. But like I said, the role players really stepped up and played big minutes, and I just want to talk about them a little bit. I mean, we got Jared Vanderbilt, the Vandalorian. This man, he's out there. He's just a disruptor, like he gets on these star players and really just frustrates them to the point where last night in the Timberwolves game, he got Anthony Edwards, one of the best players in the league, who can go off easily for a 40-point game when he gets hot. He had him just in a stranglehold, literally, and ends up getting him ejected. Like, I'm not going to say that the referees were justified for it. I think the referees are very soft these days. Tonight was pretty egregious when it comes to a lot of the foul calls. It seems like they wanted to call everything, and that's both ways too. I mean, naturally, the Lakers are going to get more free throws because of their play style. And, they're always driving to the hoop. They got guys that can, drive in like Reeves and LeBron and Luka. But they don't even get enough free throws, honestly. Like, for the time, I mean, Luka had like 2 scratches on his face from some free throw or some foul that I feel like wasn't even called in that case. And he had 5 fouls. He was playing with 5 fouls since like the third quarter. So just a lot of weird stuff going on last night with Edwards getting ejected. I think it speaks to Vando's impact. Like I said, he's like our Rodman out there. He's like a Rodman, Ron Artest, like he just one of those guys. I'm not going to say that he's obviously those guys are like historical, like defensive players, they're stars in that way, potential Hall of Fame, right? But with Vando, I'm just saying that's the role that we want him playing. Like, be a disruptor, use all your fouls if you need to, just make a difference on both sides of the ball as much as you can, but mostly defense. And that's what he did, especially with no Rui out there. He got more minutes, and he maximized them. But even someone you could say is earning themselves, and JJ already said it in the post game. He said that Jordan Goodwin has earned himself a spot in the rotation going forward. So the Lakers do need to make a decision in terms of who they end up cutting to add someone that's on a two-way contract. And I think they might just wait and play it out for a little bit. And I think eventually we end up adding Jordan Goodwin to the main roster, as well as Trey Jemison, so that they're able to play in the playoffs. But in order to execute both moves, they got to kind of wait until later in the season. Then they can cut another person. So they'll probably make the cuts later and end up adding these guys because they're both shining, doing what they need to do, especially with people out of this game. It meant the world to this team. So like I said, with Jordan Goodwin, he's another guy that's like a disruptor. He was getting steals off of inbound passes. He was hustling. He's such a great rebounder for a guard. He's just everywhere. Like his performance does not go unnoticed. I've seen people call him a poor man's Bruce Brown. It's been floated out there. He really is, like honestly. But if Bruce Brown, depending how you view it, if Bruce Brown is target, then I guess you could say Jordan Goodwin is Walmart on a good day, on a really good day. Not when you step into Walmart and, you see certain creatures out there at Walmart. There's a sight to behold sometimes when you step into a Walmart on a bad day. But he's Walmart on a good day, right? If you want to compare it like that. But the point is, he makes an impact. He pushes the team to other levels. And I think he needs to come back. I think he needs to be on the main roster in the playoff rotation. We need those kind of guys on this team. And then as far as Trey Jemison, man, this guy, he's big, he's bulky. Obviously he was going to struggle at times, and he did struggle when it comes to Ivica Zubac from the Clippers. Like, that size is going to be disruptive. I mean, he's not the biggest guy, but he still hustles his ass off, and he plays really good defense even on the perimeters. When he gets switched on the guards, he's a big guy. You wouldn't expect him to be so quick on his feet, but he's definitely not a cone. He's not like Alex Len. Like, this guy's moving around. This guy's shifty. He actually plays some decent defense on the perimeter and actually fit like what they were trying to do defensively really well, despite the injuries that we did have. So role players, shout out to them. We got some depth on this team. It's very underrated. Shout out to Gabe Vincent as well. Gabe Vincent had some like key steals in the fourth quarter. Almost had 3 straight. He had 2, and 2 of them both leading to buckets, one for himself and one on an assist to Luka. So our bench and our depth has been shining. I think we needed that, especially with the injuries, like I said, and it's definitely encouraging to see. Now, as far as the stars go, first we're going to talk about LeBron fucking James, okay? Like, I just got to say it. This guy's 40 years old. 40 years old. And playing like he's I've heard a shout out to Dan, the Lakers fan, on his channel. He says that LeBron is 40 going on 20. And it's crazy to say. He's having one of the best seasons that I've ever witnessed, just because it's affecting success. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably had better seasons, obviously, but for it to affect success in this way, and for him to be playing back-to-backs at this age, like, this guy dropped, like I said, 33 points last night with 17 boards. You have every excuse. All you have to say is, I'm 40. Injury management. Let me chill. Like, I don't got to play back-to-back. But he did. And he comes in, and it wasn't just any game. Like, he drops 28, hits some timely buckets, plays some timely defense. Shout out to LeBron, man. We're never going to see a player with this type of longevity, probably ever, honestly. I don't know what he does on these extended breaks that he takes, but God damn it, like, whatever he does, keep doing it, and I'm glad that we had the All-Star break for him to have even more of, one of those little week, like, pretty much more or less a week off, because he did that earlier in the season. He came back playing. Since then, he's been playing insane. And then you have the All-Star break, comes back playing insane. So shout out to LeBron. You got to soak in every minute that we still have to see LeBron on the court, because he's doing some amazing things. And I just find myself in awe. I find myself just like, damn. Like, there's still moments where I'm just so, like, trust me, obviously Luka's out there, so it's even more times me saying, damn, we got Luka. Like, that's insane. But I still won't ever take for granted the fact that we got LeBron James in a Laker uniform. And then we have basically, his prodigal son, quote unquote, in Luka Doncic coming in, getting the torch passed to him, and it's just exciting because Luka, obviously he's going through some struggles, so we'll talk about that. But Luka going forward, he basically is the same type of player, less athleticism, obviously, but he has his own skill set, and he has the best breaks, as JJ has said before. And LeBron just going to keep showing him the way he conditions in the offseason, the things that he stays away from. And I think it's going to help Luka so damn much. And I just look forward to the future of this damn team. And I can't help but smile. I can't help but be excited because despite the struggles that Luka is having right now, and he is having struggles, but JJ himself, he said he believes in Luka. He wants him to keep shooting those shots. And I pretty much agree because shout out to Jovan Buha. He said that you're not going to win many games in the playoffs or going forward unless Luka is shooting those shots. If he's shooting and making those shots, you're going to win a lot of games. So you might as well go through those, lumps where he's, the slumps where he's shooting kind of bad and he's inefficient, but he's still affecting the game in other ways. He's still grabbing, most nights double-digit rebounds. You know what I mean? Like, he's still affecting the game. And he had 3 steals at halftime today. And he finishes with 5 altogether. And I told you guys in the last episode I recorded, like, he's the type of passer that knows these passing lanes really well, and he's going to be ahead of, like, if you're an offensive player and you think that you see something, Lucas saw it first, and he's going to jump that pass. That is an unsung, a very hidden talent when it comes to Luka. And like I said, he's got to shoot himself out of this slump. I think he's going to continue to. He even said after the game that the Lakers are letting him be him, and he's starting to feel like himself again. So that is encouraging. And I saw him, he was very playful in the presser. Gabe Vincent was trying to talk to the media, and he was like in the background. He just being playful Luka. And I feel like that was how he was when he was in Dallas. And you got to understand, he's building more chemistry with these guys. He's starting to believe in these guys. He's seeing all these wins that we're racking up as a team. He sees the effort from even the role players, and look how just playful he's being, and look how comfortable he seems, right? And they even sung him happy birthday with this big ass cake that they took him in the locker room, and they had the 77 gold balloons in his locker. Like, the team is embracing him. And I think as we progress, he's not only going to get more comfortable being in this new environment, but we're going to start seeing what this team is, because they're already dangerous right now. We're going to start seeing what this team, how dangerous it is with Luka in his top peak form. That's something we have not seen, but it's coming. It's really coming, because when it mattered most, he hit these 2 step back threes and starts yelling at the Clippers bench, reminding them that he owns them. And that's the thing. I said it before, he's a Clipper killer. I want to see how he does against this team that he just has a history against, that he just beats most of the time. Right? So I think they said he was averaging 32 points against the Clippers, and today he got 31 on a bad night. So like I said, to me, it's very encouraging. To me, it's exciting. It's a preview of what's to come, because if he can still manage 31 points on a poor shooting night, everyone knows he's not in his peak form. We have a lot to look forward to. We're going to win a lot more games. The more comfort that gets there, the more acclimated he is, the more settled down he is. Like, this team is going to go crazy in the playoffs. So good luck, NBA, because you gotta guard LeBron, you gotta guard Luka, you gotta guard Reeves when he's healthy. Hopefully he is going forward. But it's just scary. It's scary for the rest of the league because, like I said, he's not playing his best, but the Lakers are still winning. And now with this win, they're inching closer to the 2 seed. And the only thing holding back this team, I think, from getting that 2 seed, because the 2 seed is very possible. The only problem is health is very important. So a week of basketball is a week of basketball. Like, by the time that they reevaluate Rui, he's going to have missed like a few games already. So hopefully they can make up for that. Hopefully everyone that's been stepping up continues to step up and then some. Hopefully Luka starts to feel even more comfortable and starts hitting all these shots that he's been missing. Because a lot of them too, it's not even the threes. Like, he's going to take those difficult threes. That's just how it is. Because the ball's going to be in his hands, or he's going to get the ball at the end of shot clocks. He's one of the best, like, end of shot clock shooters, too. They said it on the ESPN broadcast. That's just what he does. We saw the ridiculous one-leg three, like, that he hit last night, which was also a clutch three. So he finds a way to make these clutch shots. So I'm not too worried. The thing that I understand, like, that I see just from seeing Luka play from last year in the finals run and all that, he's missing a lot of easy shots, like even around the rim, like little gimme, like layups, or even a lot of shots that are N1s. And honestly, I expect those to start falling. And like I said, it all comes down to comfort. But the thing is, going forward, not having Rui for about a week or more, that's going to, especially if it's an extended absence, that's going to hurt the team. Reeves, if they say it was precautionary, I'll feel way better if he plays at least Sunday against the Clippers, or I think they play again Tuesday. So if he's back within these next 2 games, then I'll be like, okay, we're good. But health is a big thing with the 2 seed at stake. And also, the reason I'm kind of like not expecting the 2 seed is because the schedule is so damn hectic. In March, there's a stretch where they play 6 games in 7 days. They have 3 sets of back-to-backs. Like, that's insane. So I just feel like ideally, you're going to end up resting the bigger players. You're going to end up resting Luka, LeBron, Reeves. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe in those games, since there's 3 straight back-to-backs, maybe on one back-to-back, LeBron plays both games. But, the other 2 don't, or one of them does. Maybe on the next back-to-back, one of them does, like Luka or Reeves. You know what I mean? Like, kind of just rotating the best players on the team, assuming health is there. But that's the only thing that makes me doubtful that the Lakers can get the 2 seed, because it would be nice, because you get a lot of benefits from that. You get home court against everyone except for OKC, and to me that's huge, because you don't want to be on the road more often than not. So if they can get it, great. But I don't know. I just feel like this game was very key for both players to play, LeBron and Luka. I really hope that they're good to go. They get a day's rest tomorrow, then they got to play the Clippers again on Sunday. So at least when I'm recording this, you guys will probably hear this on Saturday. But anyways, just know when I use that time frame, I recorded it on the night of the Clipper game, which is Friday. So yeah, so going forward, I mean, if they can both play on Sunday, great. It was just important. It was an important stretch because they had the home win against Minnesota. Then they had the home win against the Clippers tonight. And then on Sunday, I'm not 100% sure. No matter where that game is, though, it's going to be in LA, and it's basically, even if it's in the Clippers arena, it's still a home game. It's going to be dominated by Laker fans in that stadium. So I'm not too worried about where it's at. But the last thing I want to touch on is like another shout out to JJ Redick and the coaching staff, because it can't be overemphasized just how amazing they have been, and how these schemes have been almost just adaptable to any player that JJ puts out there. Like, you have to have guys pretty damn bought in. When you have a guy like Trey Jemison that comes in, who had the quote of the night, by the way, he said, if you're going to come in here, if you want to win, you're going to have to fight us. And he said, you're going to have to literally fight us. That's a culture, like, to me, that statement speaks on the culture of what JJ is creating. He's creating a culture of just dogs. You know what I mean? Like, the Lakers have been playing physical defense because you need to be able to basically out-hustle your opponents with the way JJ has this team playing. We don't have the size to compete with these bigger teams, but we have the dog, we have the grit, we have the hustle. That's what's inside these players, and I think that starts at the top. That starts with JJ. That starts with the coaching staff. That's really getting guys to buy into their roles, but also exceed their talent level. Because who the hell knew who Jordan Goodwin was, before he's on the Lakers? Who the hell knew who Trey Jemison was, right? All these guys, Vando, we knew about him because he'd been a Laker for a little bit, Obviously, Gabe Vincent, we knew about him because he's been a Laker for a little bit. But all these guys that are stepping up in the absence of a Rui, in the absence of a Austin Reeves. Hopefully, with Reeves, it's not an extended one. I keep saying that because I'm so hopeful that he's not out for too long, or like it's not serious. I already know Rui might be a while, but we need Reeves. We need Reeves. If this team's going to hit every potential that they got, we also need Rui too for that, but we really need Reeves, especially on that stretch in March. We're going to need him. So all I'm saying is JJ, this coaching staff, LeBron, Luka leading the team, Reeves has become, his own type of leader. They got this team bought in, and it's just amazing to see. I really wouldn't be surprised if JJ Redick in his first coaching year wins Coach of the Year, because he's got the team bought in. He's making, he's creating shit. I mean, like he was presented with Darvin Ham. You might have thought the Lakers roster would be shit, right? Well, he's making lemonade out of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what expression to use. I butchered that one. But the point is, nobody would have thought that this team would be as good as it is. I mean, yeah, we got Luka in the process, but some people argued we'd be worse. So what I'm saying is, JJ just has this team exceeding expectations. He is the leader. He is the voice. And a lot of the times you hear these players talk, and it's really like an echo chamber of what JJ believes in, what JJ expresses when he's in his pressers. Like, you just hear JJ having an influence on every single guy on this team from top to bottom. And I'm just saying, we might be able to pull off some big wins against some really good teams, even in that March stretch, because we have a lot of people playing above their skill level with the way we're being coached, with the way the team's bought in. And I'm just excited as a Laker fan. And I'm pretty sure it's bleeding through in how hyped up I get when I speak of this. There's just so much to say because there's so much good that's happening. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This team is definitely a championship contender. I believe they can make it all the way, and I believe they could win it. It's going to take, like, a lot of things going this team's way, like matchup based in the playoffs. You want to avoid Denver just because they're Denver, you know, like no matter what, they got one of the best players in the world in Jokic. I'm not scared of them, but if we could avoid them to like the Western Conference Finals, that'd be great. That's why the 2 seed would be nice. OKC, if you could avoid them till the end, that could be nice too. Or who knows, maybe they have more pressure if you play them in the first round. I don't know, but the Lakers are going to be a dangerous team going forward. The only thing that could hold them back is health concerns. And as I stated, you know, the scheduling. It's going to be tough to play every single guy on every single back-to-back. So, like I said, it's encouraging. It shows that Luka and LeBron truly believe that this team could compete because they both played tonight. Luka on his birthday. Once again, shout out to Luka. He played on his birthday, dropped 31. It was ugly at times, but everyone's got to trust the process with Luka, okay? I've said it before. With this calf strain he had, you can hardly do a lot of conditioning because that involves a lot of movement with your legs, and he wasn't able to do that. He took the longest break of his career. And trust me, I'm not going to make excuses if like a month from now he's still like, you know, healthy but playing like so inefficient. I mean, you don't expect that to happen. But we see the magic that can occur. That's why they call him Luka Magic. And all these crazy step back threes, more of them, more often than not, are going to start falling. All these clutch end of shot clocks, the shots he's making, those are going to become game winners in playoff time. I see it. I envision it. That's just what I've seen from Luka. So that's all I'm going to say when it comes to that. I think people need to relax, not worry so much. All these, like, we see previews of it. We see hints of it. We see little, you know what I mean? Like, you can see that it's in there. You can see that player that we know when he was on Dallas, that player that was really fucking good, that led his team to the finals last year. We see that he exists, and it's only going to get better, and it's only going to be even more sweet because now he's wearing the purple and gold. But with all that being said, just want to remind you, if you're new here or you've been here, please leave a like on the video. Please share the video. Leave me a comment. Create some dialogue in the comments. I don't really get much of that, but it would be nice for more people to say something. And yeah, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. I might have another video coming soon regarding, for sure on Sunday, I'm talking about the next Clipper game. Hopefully everybody plays on that one. But I might have a video talking about LeBron's comments about this whole like face of the league, and there's a lot of internet, like the internet was on fire with it. So I might make a video about it because I got some things to say about it. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys are excited about the next few games because we got the Clippers, we got a crazy stretch in March. It's going to be exciting to see how that plays out. But that's going to be it for the Lake Show Flow, and we'll see you guys next time.